Hello, Visibility Vibers. I hope you can hear me. I'm either brave or stupid. Why? Well, I'm sat outside. There are clouds moving over the top here, and I've got white jeans on, and I decided to sit on a muddy wall. So if you see me kind of huddling and going a bit like this, I am keeping myself warm. So hello and welcome to Friday's Freebie. I thought I would do this Facebook Live because so many of you, not necessarily you, but people on Facebook keep saying, you know, I've got a business, what's the point in Facebook? Why should I be on Facebook? And 101 other questions like that. So I thought I'd take the time to answer it. So as you can see, this is my outdoor office for the day. Well, for this call anyway. I have a cup of lemon and ginger tea. We have a slightly dodgy connection too, so expect the unexpected in this. So I just wanted to take just 20 minutes of your time to run through this freebie. So if you're on my list, you would have received a nice PDF copy of this 2-page infographic. If you are in this group watching this live, then you would have also have seen that if you go up to the tabs at the top and look on the file tab, click on there. At the moment there's only one file, but there will be more. Just click on that and you can download it straight to your computer or have it open while we talk. So I've got mine here. So if I keep looking to the side, this is why. And if I keep squinting like this, it's because the phone is quite far away, stuck to the window over there. And I can see that some of you are popping on now. And in order to see who you are, look how bad is this? I have to go like that. Vernon! Woo! Nice, Vernon. I haven't seen Vernon for a little while in here, so I was beginning to worry a little bit about him, but he's been doing great. So hopefully you've had time to have a look at the 2-page infographic. So let me just talk you through kind of why I've done this, why I'm sharing it. Well, the first thing that I really wanted to say is thank you, because for a lot of us that are doing this and kind of putting ourselves out there are times when we realise that there's a little bit of nervousness around it. We can feel a bit unsure of doing it. We can sometimes think, what's the point? And I just wanted to honour you guys because you're the first 200 people and just a bit over to come into this group. So again, we've got so many more people that are going to be joining us throughout August, and I can't wait because I love to see a lovely community of people come together. So I can see the heart, so thank you so much. And oh, thank you, Vernon. You're a smooth talker. So I just wanted to say thank you, but not only thank you for just being in my group, because to me it's not about my group. This is a Visibility Vibe community, a place where you can come and shout and share and cry or hide, have a look at other people and do whatever it is that you want to do. I have to say, you know, out of all of you in the group, I have interacted with you in some way, whether it's when you've joined the group or you've made comments or posted, and I feel like the luckiest person alive because you are all so, also encouraging with each other. You're encouraging of me, you're encouraging of each other. You've invited friends into the group, you know, and some of you have posted on your private profiles and said, you know, Jenny's really lovely and come over and join her. And that actually makes me go red. Believe it or not, it makes me go red. But it also really honours the work that I do and the work that you guys do as well. So we'll come back to the camera to see the comments on there. Let me just see. If anyone watches this replay, they will know why I'm laughing. Okay. Okay. I will watch a replay to know why you're laughing as well. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on the replay, I just wanted to go through the kind of freebies. They're 2 pages and they're 2 separate things, 2 infographics. I did ask some of you just about a week or so ago which social media platforms you were on, and the reason that I did that was because I was genuinely interested. Out of all the social media platforms out there, there's loads that you can join, but people get really overwhelmed with trying to join all of them. And I say, if there are some in particular that you love and you like, then do it. And if not, then, you know, don't. That's my real honest message. And one of the things that I've been hearing since even those comments were so many people saying, Facebook, you know, are you serious? Do you get clients from there? Do people know what you do on there? Is it really part of a visibility plan? Is social media just for teenagers? So I wanted to like give you some really quick tips and let you know, A, what the visibility vibe system is all about, like what the hell is it? And B, some ways that you can literally, if you're watching this on your computer and you've got me open and you're watching that, you can go really quickly and do a lot of this stuff like within minutes. So let's start off with Facebook visibility. And here's another thing, if you have already done some of these things, go in and make the changes, do it again, because Facebook will notify people that you've made the changes, and that in turn raises your visibility. If you're wanting to know, well, why is this important, I need to tell you that I have been invited to speak both live and also online all over the world by just what I put out on Facebook, what I put out on my business page, what I put out on my public page, and what I put out on my profile. And it's a really great way for people to connect and get to know a bit more about what you do, especially if you're in groups like this and you're interacting, or if you're in newer groups. And I think that's Ian that I can see from here has joined. Actually, I've got Wi-Fi on here. I should really just open it up, shouldn't I? And be a bit less antisocial. I've got the other social media profile open. I've got LinkedIn opened. And talking of LinkedIn, I've made another one of these sheets for LinkedIn. So if you are one of these people that said on the survey the other week, oh, well, I'm on other things, but I don't really do a lot with it, and you want to, and you don't want it to take up oodles of your time, then watch out in the next kind of three weeks or so for more information and more stuff coming out. And of course, in between that, I'll share lots of Facebook Lives and tips. So I'm sure that's you, Ian, so I'll say hello, squinting like this. Probably not a good look, probably why Vernon's laughing. So I'm going to open up Facebook on here, hope that it opens and hope that my screen doesn't crash. Oh, look at that. Straight away. How cool was that? I don't know if anyone uses a Mac or Apple products. I've had a lot of problems with Safari crashing on me quite recently. So, oh, that's better. So I can see myself squinting there. That's really weird. And I can see your comments now. So Ian says AOP, because Ian's up north. I'm in the Midlands at the moment, in Stoke-on-Trent, and I think Vernon is down south. So far so good. So I've got a lovely little bee hovering behind me. I like bees, they're lovely animals, but it's probably a bit angry that I'm encroaching in his space. Anyway, so let's go through, if you can see it. If you can see it, let's go through this visibility piece. I'm going to put my Mac on my knee so that I'm not looking at the side, because it's not a good look. So the first thing to know is your photo. There's a few blanks in this, so if you want to print it out and use up a lot of your ink, please feel free to, but if not, write this in a notebook. So your photo should preferably be of you as a person and not your logo. If you think about this, think about people like Richard Branson from Virgin. Even he has his own photo on a lot of his profiles. He's on Instagram, he's on Google Plus, he's on Twitter, he's on all of them, and he tends to use his photo, not his logo. The simple reason for that is because it connects people to a person rather than to just a brand. Yes, his brand is well known, but especially in the early stages of getting out there and getting visible, or if you're in the stage of getting even more visible, then you might want to think about the people that you're connecting with. So, do think about that. Oh, Julia says, morning. Morning, Julia. Thanks for joining in. And so think about that. Think about a profile picture, and have 2 or 3 that you can use, and every couple of weeks change them. Every time you change them, Facebook tells people you've changed your picture. It draws them back to your profile. Do this on your business page and business profile as well. Have a couple of pictures that you can use. And if you're saying, oh, I don't have very nice photos of me, the lovely Samjana Moon, who is in this group, is the most fantastic, amongst many things, the most fantastic photographer. So why not say, a hey up to her as well, and get a couple of pictures. So who else has joined us? Someone else has just joined me, and because I don't want to keep squinting at the camera, I'm going to try and see if I can cheat on here. So I will come back to you. In fact, let me just come up and see. Hey, Janine. Hi, Janine. She's saying hello. Should I change my business Facebook page to a photo? Absolutely, Vernon. Especially for you. You work with creatives. In fact, you and Namisha in this group should have a chat, because you both work with creatives but from different places. Now, creatives are very visual, very artistic people. What would be so much better, Vernon, is if they can see your face. And if you fancy being creative about your photo, you could do something where you've got the photo of you, and then in the banner behind, or the Facebook, you know, do they call it a banner? I can't even think. The cover photo. You can then put a photo of you and your logo to keep that recognisable brand. Whatever you decide, try to use it across all social media. So you'll find that when I change my photo, that I change it and then change them all the way through, you know, LinkedIn and everything else as I remember. So hopefully that would make sense and that would work for you. So photo on Facebook, and this is all about the visibility that you display, all about how visible you're being. So preferably the photo of you, not your logo, and the image should be a blank, is recent and recognisable photo of you. It's a bit like when you're dating online and you go into a restaurant and you meet the person there and you think, oh, is that you? You don't want people to be doing that, especially if there's an element of you meeting them live. You want them to be able to recognise you from your photo. The problem that I have, which could be a luxury problem, is that because of my lovely changes in hairstyles, I quite often go long, short, you know, curly, straight, sometimes even a bit of colour in my hair, although I haven't done that for a while. And because of that, it can make it a bit difficult for people to recognise me. So, just making sure that I have, sorry, you're going to see my hand. I'm just acknowledging all of your posts and making sure that I haven't missed anybody out. So the next thing to do, and this is all stuff that you can do right after this call, it won't even take you 5 minutes. In fact, if you go and boil the kettle for a cup of tea, you can do a lot of this stuff if you haven't already. So if you already have a recognisable photo of you and not your logo, and you haven't changed it for at least 2 weeks, change it. It'll take you a couple of seconds. Change it to a previous photo. So the next thing to do, next up on that, is to link your business. So if you have a business page, and there are a couple of people, I don't sort of like check anyone in the group, but there are a couple of people that recently I've gone over to their Facebook personal profile because I wanted to share their page or you know, share something from it, and I haven't been able to, and here's why. On your private profile, where it asks you what you do for a living, don't be cute and say, you know, I'm living life on my terms, or the School of Hard Knocks, or self-employed and loving it, because while that's cutesy and funny, if people click on that, they get a grey suitcase, and Facebook collects a lot of data about us, let's be honest about this. And what happens is they go, oh, that Jenny Kovacs, well, I know she's into like personal development and she's got a business, so here are some pages that are similar to hers or similar to the sort of thing that she would like. So the person that clicks on your work, they get a choice of other pages to join, other people to be interested in. But what they don't get is to know about you. They don't get to know about your business. And this applies whether you've just started and you've got 2 likes on your page, or whether you're, you know, really into it and you've got 1,000, 6,000 likes on your page. You should always, as part of your employment, put your business profile or your business page, or if you've got a public profile, that. Now I've got 2 pages and both of them appear in there. So anyone that goes to my private profile on Facebook will see a link to my business page, or, you know, my profile. So in the blanks on there, next up, link your personal profile to the relevant Facebook business page is the blank, or public profile. If you've got any questions on that, please put them in the box below, and I'll be happy to answer them, even if I squint at you again. Okay, so then the next thing to do, and you were all demonstrating this beautifully, and is that the lovely, oh, Katrina I met in London. In fact, Katrina's probably one of the few people in this group that I met first and joined in the group later. So I've actually met her in the flesh. I didn't know her online before. And if you are wanting to take your wellness levels and your fitness levels to a new level, Katrina is your woman. So thanks for joining us, Katrina. So the next thing to do is, if you're in groups, the first thing I would say is, if you're of the school of what's the point of Facebook and I come on here and I don't love it, if you're in groups that don't bring you joy, and that would include this one too, you know, if you're in a group that doesn't bring you joy, then leave the group. If you're in a group that you are definitely not interacting in and you've got no interest in, or you kind of stumbled in it by accident, or worse still, my big pet peeve, somebody just added you to the group without asking you, then, you know, if it's not for you, leave the group. But if it is for you and you're just too busy, haven't had a lot of time, then what I really suggest you do is jump on in and start engaging with people. You know, sometimes you're in a group and there's someone in there, you don't necessarily know them, but you get a really good vibe from them, you like what they post, you like their style. You know, comment or like their post and say hello. That's what groups are for, and that's why I bring you guys together, because each and every one of you has possibly got clients within this group, but also new friends and new connections. So when you are in a group, the third part of the meme that I'm looking down there is, don't just, number one, post a comment and then add a question at the end to make it sound like you're being engaging. Don't just post something and then say, what do you think, at the end, and say, look, that was me engaging, because we don't see it, we smell it. We absolutely do. Second tip, don't just talk about yourself and your things all the time. Don't get me wrong, this is a group where I encourage you, especially on a Friday, to celebrate each other. And a bit later on you'll see the champagne bottle saying celebrate yourself or someone else, or, you know, in the group or outside of the group. But if you always go and speak about you, that's not engagement. That's like walking into a dinner party and saying, hello, it's me, woohoo, look at me, I'm great, bye. As that lady says on that very famous internet clip, ain't nobody got time for that. Sorry to my American friends who I've just offended, but, you know, make sure that it's not always just about you. The other thing that people do sometimes, because they think they're being engaging, is they've written a really great blog and they just post a link to their blog and then they run off. Well, whether it's a blog, whether it's your website, don't just post the link and run off and then that's it. You know, let people know what inspired you to write the blog, or why you're sharing it with them, other than the fact that you just want more people to look and like your blog. Share with them from your heart why the work you do is important, or why you feel that you really would like them to, you know, read what you've written. But don't just put the link in and say, here's my blog, enjoy, and off you go, because that's a bit pants, to be honest. That's not engaging anybody. So I'm just going to, Katrina says, morning, my love. And she sent me a love heart as well. Excellent. So the next thing that we've got on there, sorry, I'm multitasking because I'm looking to make sure that everybody's in. And I posted on Instagram about this group. So now I'm paranoid that someone's being kind of going, let me in, let me in, let me in. And I'm too busy flapping my gums to even notice. So, okay, so the next thing on that free infographic is linking people or tagging people. Now think about this. This is social media. We're here to be sociable with each other. So if you're not feeling sociable, I'd say kind of step off the social media for a day or two. But I've seen a lot of people do this, and because so many people do it, it's become one of those things that people think's right, and that's tagging people. So, and it's funny because the opposite is true in other social media posts, you know, like it could be Instagram or LinkedIn. There are times to actually do that, which is why I've done a completely new infographic for you on that. So if you aren't already on my Visibility Vibes list, I will post a link underneath. This is one where, to be honest, I don't send out monthly or weekly newsletters. Every 3 weeks or something, you'll get something from me, or you'll get an experience, or you'll get a video or something, but not very often, because I know that you're all very busy with your life. But I'll share something that will help you kind of step up to a new level of visibility. So tagging people, I've put in there, tag people for blank on photos, etc., but tagging them on your promo post to promote you, and then another blank. So tag people for their attention. So if you have got an old photo from school, or you've been on a course together, or you've been to an event, by all means tag those people in. They do have a choice to say, no, I don't want to be seen. And if you're at the event with your, as I call it, with my long arm, giving it one of those selfies with a group of us, not just by myself, you understand, then of course say, oh, I love, you know, this picture, I'd like to put it on Facebook, can I tag you in it? And even better still, if it's a business event that you're at, put it on your business or public profile page and tag them in as their business, so it highlights those as well. So if you're up for that, if you're up for sending some photos in or posting some photos into the group, just post them onto there. My name is, and tag in your Facebook business page or something like that, and I'll share them on the Queen of Being Seen page and tag you in and make sure that I'm following you all, and vice versa if you'd like to. So tagging people on those sorts of things is okay. But when you have a flyer or promotion and you just tag a lot of people in, two things happen. Their friends, their family, you know, school friends and people like that, when they go to look at the person's, you know, personal profile page, and they look for photos of that person, they see all your stuff on there, which you might think is a good way of promoting your business, but it isn't. It's really cheesy. It's not what I call permission-based marketing. And yes, some of you might be thinking, but I want to just get my message out to as many people as possible. But surely that's like going up to an old lady in the high street and holding her arm tightly behind her back and forcing her to listen to what you're talking about. It doesn't feel good. I know that there's this thing about just inviting people to groups to get the numbers up, but that doesn't feel good to a lot of people. And quite often I actually make a purpose of not only leaving the group when that happens, but actually blocking anybody else from adding me in. So, you know, if I had adopted that, this group could be like 1,000, 3,000 people for now. But I would rather have a group full of people that are really warm, really lovely like you all are, engaged, encouraging, and want to be here. And choose when you want to be here. That's most important to me. So tagging people for tagging's sake, big and finally the vibes. You know when your post it's a boast post, or when you're trying to hang your hat onto someone else's head. And what do I mean by that? Someone does something amazing, and I've seen this happen in some of the business circles before, especially when people are starting out. You know, let's say, for example, you know, Julia or Vernon on this call here, they go and they meet Tony Robbins, and they've got a photo on their Facebook page and they've tagged themselves in there and they're really happy. And then I come along and go, ooh, lots of people seem to be liking that. I'm going to get in on this. So then I start trying to say things like, rather than lovely photo of you and Tony, well done Julia, well done Vernon, I start saying things like, oh, I was one of Tony's head coaches in such and such a time. If you'd like to click over to my page and see the work that I did then. It just smells of poo. Horrible, stinky poo. Just no other way to describe it. So I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff of hanging your hat on someone else's head. I don't think it's fair. It's not big. It's not clever. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. So when you go to make a post, and I do this all the time, there are times when ego gets the better of me. Like, you know, this time last year I went to see Marianne Williamson and I gave her a present, and she not only tweeted about it, she actually sent me a personal email. Now my first thing was like, oh my gosh, website shame, what if Marianne Williamson see my website? And I know that she had done, because the email address she used was for my support my assistant, and that I don't publicise that anywhere, so she would have had to have gone digging for it. I knew that it was that because it was sent from her personal email. Do you think I didn't want to go to Facebook and go, oh my god, I've just had this email from Marianne Williamson? But I didn't. I went, okay, let me check myself before I wreck myself. Am I trying to hang my hat on someone else's head? What do I feel really? And what I felt was, oh my gosh, for her to take the time out to kind of seek me out and then thank me for the present, it's like, I feel really honoured. I feel really, really touched. I love that she did that. But most overriding feeling or emotion was happiness and excitement. So I think the post that I put on my Facebook page was something like, oh my gosh, I feel so excited and so happy. And that was all I said. I didn't say what it was about, who it was about, or anything else. That's exactly how I was feeling at the time. And I felt good doing that, because I didn't feel like I was trying to hang my hat on her head and say, for people to think that I knew her very well or anything else like that. So know when you're doing that. So if you've got any questions, please pop them in the box, because I'm just about to wrap up, and just before I go, I'm going to talk you very quickly through the Visibility Vibes second Instagraphic. So this Visibility Vibes that I bang on about, what's it about? It's not something for you to do. It's 5 pivotal key things to help you raise your visibility. Even if you're Tony Robbins, you might want to be known to more people in a different way. Even if you're getting started, even if you've been going for a while and you kind of feel like the traction's slowing, or even if you are thinking, I'm going to change complete direction in my business. Even if you're doing stuff offline as well as online, this works anywhere. And this has actually worked for people who have been employees and been looking to get a promotion or better appraisals, or looking to get pay rises and things like that. So basically the Visibility Vibes sits around like 5 core fundamentals. With the first one, visibility, if you look at the infographic sheet, there's a series of each one. I just give one question. Start to answer that, and if you get stuck, you know, come back in the group and ask for my help. So the main thing to know is that up to 62% of people who are most seen, most heard, most noticed, they get the recognition, the promotion, the pay rises and all of that sort of thing, get it because they're visible. So the question to really ask yourself is, are you in the 62% or are you in the 38%? And by the way, that 38% is broken into 2 categories: people who are great at what they do and people who look good. So those of you that tell me you've got a face for radio, I don't accept it at all. So if you think you look good, or you know you look good, or you know that you know your stuff really well, that actually makes no difference to how you're perceived and how you are promoted. So are you in the 38% or are you in the 62%? So the other key ways to get that into the 62% is the impact you make, or some people prefer the impression that you leave. So what impact do you make? That's the second step. The third step is being able to talk about what you do, being able to articulate what you do very succinctly so that people get it. I place a lot of importance on being able to say it out loud, because if you can say it out loud, it means you can write it down, you can type it when you're online, you can talk about it when you're networking or at the supermarket or telling people at the family wedding what you do. So how do you speak about you? And it's not only just about you or your business, it's about the service that your business provides, the result that it gets for people. The fourth step is around your energy. Now, I know some of you are actual energy workers that are in this group, and I love that about you, and I love that about this whole concept. But there's also another side to the esoterical energy side, and the other side is your physical energy, whether it's theirs, like your clients and the people you're looking for, or yours. If you're overwhelmed or burnt out, it's not a great mixture for visibility. It'll make you want to hide, it'll make you too tired to be visible and get out there. So what is your vibe? And then finally, how you speak. So whether it's from the stage formally and you do lots of presentations, or over the phone, or on video, or live or online, you'll want to have really engaging conversations with people that help you to connect with them. So the question to ask yourself is, can you connect? Can you sell yourself? And do you know what to say? If you are speaking to people, maybe having sales calls, and they're kind of not getting it, or they're saying, oh, let me think about it, it's likely that even if you think you can, you can't. Not yet, anyway. People don't often show you this side of once you've harnessed this whole community or visibility, how to actually move that into having fun people to work with, and also not being afraid to say, you know what, I don't think we're a good fit to work with, but this person would be really great for you. So if you can connect with people but then can't really sell what you do, talk about what you do biographically, or you don't really know what to say, then there might be a problem. And another way that this will show itself is if you don't have any sales calls. Maybe you've got something on your website, but people don't ever seem to really pick it up, and when they do, they've kind of dialed the wrong number, or they don't show up. If you find that there are dips in your income, this is another way to show that you haven't quite nailed how to speak about what you do as you. Now, some of you are really great salespeople, really confident in this area, but when it comes out, whether it's verbalized or typed into a post or a page, people just go, oh, no, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like the Jenny I know. When that happens is when you kind of like, it's feedback from the world that you haven't quite made that final click of the Rubik's Cube, and that's okay, because I know you can. Nobody shows you how. So that's it for now. I'm just going to come back up to the screen to see if there's any questions. If when you print out the PDF you want to speak to me and have a call with me to kind of uncover how we can work together, then please click on the red phone on the Speak to Jenny. It will take you to a magical mystery link, but it's all right, it's completely kosher, and I'm not going to start spamming you and selling you sunglasses. It'll take you to a nice link. You'll be able to make an appointment to have a chat with me, and we'll be able to uncover what might be holding you back or stopping you, or where to go next. And just to address something else, if we have this conversation and we're great people to work together, then I'll let you know that. If you're worried and say, oh Jenny, I couldn't afford to work with you one-to-one, there are other ways in which you can work with me. I've got a membership group where it's only £29 a month, and you can join in there. And we talk about all things visibility, from getting your written work out there, your online work out there, your face-to-face work out there, whatever suits you. And then other ways you can work with me. If you're up-leveling your confidence on camera, you're about to write a program, or you want to do more webinars or masterclasses, and you want to do more stuff online on the camera, but you're not sure how to get that stuff across, this is where I get my training manager head on. You know, I've been a training manager in lots of big, financial services companies, as well as other businesses as well, and also consulted behind the scene for very big businesses such as BT and Boots and people like that, Saab Miller, who make Peroni. So I'm more than happy to speak to you and see what we can do to help. I feel like I've flapped my gums enough. If you've got any questions now or later, if you can pop them in the post underneath, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you've got any questions now that you've typed in, let me have a quick squint at the camera. Let's just see. So Vernon had asked about changing his page. Anything else like that? So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I've got a call with my group at 1, who are part of a 5-week confidence on camera. I'm looking forward to that, getting their webinars, their Facebook lives, and the confidence to share their content out there. If this is you, get in touch and let me know. But remember, this group, use this as a practice area, as an area to post your stuff. Let us know what you're up to. I'm sending you lots of love, and bye for now.